Guests and graduands, welcome to your BCU award ceremony. While you were waiting, we hope that you enjoyed the musical interlude performed by our Royal Conservatoire Brass Ensemble. Thank you for joining us on this wonderful day to celebrate the achievements of our graduands. To ensure you enjoy the proceedings, we have a few requests and announcements. First of all, we are not expecting any testing of the fire alarm or any other disruption today, but if the alarm does sound or there is an emergency, you will be given directions by the nearest door steward so that you can proceed quickly and safely to the nearest emergency exit. Secondly, please turn all mobile phones to silent or switch them off completely. We welcome the taking of photos and videos, but if you are doing so, please do not stand or block the view of others in the audience. We have more than 400 students graduating today, and each one who crosses the stage is important to us. Please do clap and cheer as loudly as you wish as your graduand crosses the stage, and allow others to do so without distraction when their graduands cross the stage. The ceremony is expected to last approximately 1.5 hours. In our experience, small children can become restless during proceedings and sometimes a little noisy. If your child does become unsettled, can we please ask you to move quietly out of the hall to our comfortable viewing room where you can still watch the proceedings while attending to your child, in order that they do not distract other guests and the graduands. Your nearest door steward will be able to direct you and help you. Graduands, this is important for you. You have been seated carefully and in a particular order to ensure that every person crosses the stage in the correct sequence. Please do stay in your assigned seats, and when you are asked to come out of your row and move around to the corridor ready to cross the stage, please do not move out of your assigned order. It is absolutely essential that you are sitting in the seat assigned to you on your registration card. If you have moved seats for any reason, now's the time to switch back into them, please. When you come back into the auditorium and enjoy the rest of the ceremony, you will likely sit in a different seat to the one that you are currently in. Please do remember to be courteous to those still yet to cross the stage after you by continuing to clap and celebrate their achievements too. And please do not use your mobile phones during the ceremony to text or make calls or otherwise distract proceedings. We have some door stewards here who may ask you to put your phones away if necessary. Our graduation ceremonies are formal occasions that do follow a traditional format. They begin with a fanfare, following which the academic procession and the pro-chancellor's procession will enter the hall. At the end of the ceremony, once the pro-chancellor closes proceedings, could I please ask graduates to stand once again and for guests to remain in their seats until the procession has exited the hall, after which you will be able to join your party to celebrate your graduates' achievements. Please enjoy the live music that we have and the refreshments that we have available on the circle levels of the Symphony Hall foyer. Now we are about to begin. Can I please ask everyone to stand if you are able to as the processions enter the hall? Thank you.
Well, good morning. I'm very pleased to declare this congregation open. Please take your seats, make yourselves comfortable on this gloriously warm day. It's my pleasure to preside over this ceremony as Pro-Chancellor of the University, and I'm delighted to be part of such a wonderful celebration of our students' achievements in the presence of families and friends. Please now show a warm welcome to our Vice-Chancellor, Professor Philip Plowden, as I call upon him to give the opening address.
Pro-Chancellor, distinguished guests, ladies, gentlemen, and of course, all of you who are celebrating your graduation today, it's good to be back. I'm delighted to welcome you all to Birmingham City University's graduation ceremony. And as many of you will know, this summer's graduation ceremonies are the first that we've been able to hold in person since January of 2020, which feels both a very long time ago and not very much time at all. But I know that for many of you, you've made a journey back to Birmingham, and even for those of you who live in the city, you've made that journey, never straightforward, across the city to be here today. And I'm very grateful to you for taking that time and being here to celebrate the achievements of our graduating students. It's so nice to be back here in Symphony Hall in the heart of Birmingham, a city we've been proud to call our home for almost 180 years now. And graduation, genuinely, it doesn't matter how many you do, it is always a pleasure because it is such a special day, because it's a day for celebration for graduates, for our university community, and for all of you who are here as friends and family and supporters. But I have to say that the graduations that we did this summer in July, that we are doing this week and later on in August, feel even more of a distinctive occasion than they did before the pandemic, because the last 2 years have made us understand the value of being able to celebrate together in person. And I know for those of you who are at this graduation to celebrate your achievements, you've had one of the most unusual student journeys that any of us have ever experienced. So it's great to be here today, to be able to celebrate being here today, and for us to be able to give you the graduation that you've been waiting for and that you deserve. And across the next month or so of ceremonies, we're going to do what we always promised we would do and give each and every student who's graduated from BCU over the last couple of years the opportunity to participate in one of these ceremonies here at the ICC without restrictions, without compromise, and with your friends, your family, and your supporters around you. So graduates, this is absolutely your day. But this year, I think, above all, we need to start by acknowledging the people who have supported you on your journey. And I don't just mean your academic journey, and I don't just mean my amazing academic and professional services colleagues who've supported you at the university. In particular, I think I mean all of you who surround us here, friends, family, supporters. Your support is always absolutely essential for our students. And I think this year, beyond any other, you are the people who have been there for our graduates when times were particularly tough. So graduates, can I ask that we start by giving a huge thank you to everyone who's supported you to be able to be here today. The period of your study has been one where you've seen change on a grand scale, and often before the pandemic I would talk in graduation speeches about the importance of change and what feels like the ever-increasing pace of change that we all face. But I talk about change today with a sense that you've experienced unprecedented change. You've seen how fast things have to change and how quickly all of us have had to adapt. The change that you faced during your studies has been one which has impacted on almost every aspect of your lives. So you, our graduates, and indeed the rest of our BCU student community, understand the nature of change better than most. But I hope that despite the challenges you have faced, you're also going to remember your time at BCU for the right reasons as well, for the friendships that you have forged, for the community that you have been part of, as well as, of course, for the learning that you have mastered in order to be here today. But I hope, and I'm aware that many of you are already out there in your first jobs now, starting your careers, but I hope that you will never forget that in order to get the qualifications that you are celebrating today, you have already shown determination, adaptability, resilience, all the things that will stand you in great stead with your future careers. But the last few years haven't just been about the pandemic. It's been a time when the university, and indeed the city around us, has continued to develop and change. So in the university, down at our City South campus, we've continued to develop our skills facilities, and in particular, the virtual skills facilities there. If you're studying up on the city centre campus, you will have seen the wonderful way in which the city's iconic old Belmont Works building has been brought back into use as a facility that brings together many of the areas that you have studied in, the arts, design, creative areas, and says that they are important in informing the science, technology, engineering and maths, which seems to be so central at the moment in the government's thinking about where it wants to see students studying. Because we see through that STEAM agenda that bringing together the different learning cultures, bringing together those different abilities, is the area where we see innovation, where we see the future of work, the future of your careers coming from. It's also great to bring Belmont Works building back into use because it is such an iconic building for the city, and it symbolises the way in which our university is part of the fabric of the city and has been for almost 180 years now. And all around us, the city has, of course, been hard hit by the pandemic, but you wouldn't know it at the moment. We come out, of course, of the last couple of weeks of Commonwealth Games, which I don't think could have been any more successful. They've been completely brilliant. And it's been wonderful to see a city which is often very self-deprecating, which doesn't like to show off, operating on a world stage with such confidence and style. And I hope you get an opportunity to take a selfie, if you haven't already, in front of the now iconic bull. And of course, that bull is itself set against a backdrop of fantastic buildings, from the city's library, the new Paradise Circus development, all of the work that is going on around us, including the refurbishment and extension of this building, of the ICC and the Symphony Hall. And during the Commonwealth Games, you got that evidence of how important our university is to the city. We saw the fashion students who designed the costumes for the Birmingham 2022 festival. We saw our jewellery students from our iconic School of Jewellery up in the Jewellery Quarter who designed the medals for the Commonwealth Games that were featured every time people were winning the competitions. We saw Samantha Oxborough from the Royal Birmingham Conservatoire singing the national anthem, and Laura Mvula, again an alumna of the Conservatoire, singing in the closing ceremony. It just goes to show the way in which we are so deeply integrated into the cultural and creative life of the city all around us. And the last couple of years, I think, have made really clear, if anyone had ever doubted it, quite why what happens in universities is so important. It's about our role in research, knowledge creation, and the development of new practices, new ways of doing things, new ways of looking at the world. Nothing could bring this more vividly to life than the speed at which the new vaccines have been developed to help moderate the impact of the recent pandemic. Knowledge has never been more important, and that's something that each of you provides evidence of as we celebrate your graduation today. And that's why today's ceremony is really important to us. That's why we felt it was so important that we had the opportunity to gather, put on all the formal kit, and formally recognise your achievement. Because graduates are important. They, you, are important in every society. The research tells us that graduates live longer. It tells us that graduates are more productive. It tells us that graduates contribute more to society around them. They're more likely to volunteer, to vote, to lead. The research says that graduates have better health. Mind you, it also says that graduates drink less. But above all, what the research tells us is that graduates are best placed to deal with an environment of change and uncertainty. And I hope all of you live long, long lives. But I can tell you that during your lives, the world in which you live will change not once, but many, many times. And you'll probably have not one career, but many careers. And you'll often, therefore, need to master new skills and new knowledge and to be prepared to learn afresh. And that's why being a graduate is so important. You have the skills that equip you to learn. You have the habits of learning. And today, what we're celebrating isn't just what you have achieved, considerable though that is. What we're also celebrating is the promise of what you're going to go on to achieve in your future. Now, our history as an institution dates back to the 1840s when we were founded as the wonderfully titled Birmingham Government School of Design. And we were created by the Victorians to help the manufacturers of what was already becoming one of the world's great workshops to compete on a global stage. And during that 180 years since our foundation, we have changed often and often. But we stay true to that founding purpose. We remain focused on learning that makes a difference to the world around us, in ensuring that our graduates all around the world make a difference in their societies. So my challenge to you is simple. Today is the day when rightly we celebrate your considerable personal achievement and your personal transformation. But can we please see this as part of a broader commitment, a commitment to transforming the world around you? You've all probably seen the I Am BCU images around our campus, around this building, around the city, and that came from our student body. And when we talked to our students about what I Am BCU meant to them, they told us it meant pride, it meant confidence, but above all, the word that was used was belonging. So I Am BCU isn't just a slogan, it's a statement about being part of an extraordinary family. You'll always be part of our BCU community and part of our alumni body. But look, that's enough from me. Today, at long last, is absolutely your day. Today is the day when we get to celebrate the fact that you've done something remarkable, which is achieve what you set out to do many years ago now. And for that, I offer you my warmest congratulations. Very well done. I now call upon the Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Executive Dean of the Faculty of Arts, Design and Media, Professor Lawrence Zegan, to commence the presentation of award holders and on the Pro-Chancellor to receive the students.
Pro-Chancellor, as Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Executive Dean, I present students from the Faculty of Arts, Design and Media who have qualified for the award of degrees, diplomas and certificates. I invite Associate Professor John Wigley to the lectern to present award holders from the Birmingham Institute of Creative Arts.
Bachelor of Arts with honours in Art and Design, Louise Bache. Isabel Barrett. Godwin Basie. Hazira Begum. Polly Brandt. Taylor Cairns. Jacqueline Chase. Sally Clues. Yasmin Downing. Oliver Dupont. Jack Hainsworth. Georgia Hewlett. Chloe Jones. Rianne Cara. Alana Lawley. Abigail Lequano. Lucy Lucas. Azaria Marasmari. Urban Pavin. Josh Powell. Serena Rode. Selina Sagnia. Thomas Saunders. Jade Shapiro. Bachelor of Arts with honours in Fine Art, Elizabeth Allen Smith. Sadie Alpine. Karan Ranch Boyle. Caitlin Boyle. Fraser Burton. Jacob Carter. Takutswa Chandwana. Holly Darwell. Callum Docker. Callum English. Philippa Evans. Alana Farrington. Amelia Forsyth. Laura Foster. Amber Hall. Ellie Mae Hayward. Megan Hennebury. Josephine Hangsworth. Tegan Hall. Alicia Holmes. Eleanor Hunter. China Jackson Lee. Hafsa Jamil. Ines Lester. Kevin Lowe. Sophie Mantle. Charlotte Moore. Emily Owen. Kaya Plimmer. Lily Purslow. Halima Sajid. Nicola Santon. Victoria Skelton. Teal Sparks. Eden Spencer. Nikita True. Lucy Warren. Harry Williams. Venus Williams. Esme Zukovic. Bachelor in Arts with honours in Digital Marketing, Joanna Bedu Aka. Kafawarolola Andu. Samuel Bacon. Mary Bellow. Paulette Bond. Taranjit Rach. Destiny Jade Campbell. Manisha Chanel. Jack Crees. Amira Duvesh. Anup Goering. Natalie Hart. Natasha Hussain. Joshua Clare. Ruben J. Clark. Megan Nassiter. Liberty Mason. Sarah Middlebrook. Solomon Arenji. Cameron Powell. Roma Raham. Havana Salmon. Amber Skip. Ali Sulman. Jan Taylor. Harry Wilkins. Olivia Woodley. Siam Yassin Shafir Noor. Bachelor of Arts in Digital Marketing, Victoria Bennett Salvador. Bachelor of Arts and Honours in Film Studies, Edivi Awoody. Jessica Baggett. Ruben Bashir Pugh. Connor Kirk. Sunil Kumar. Molly McCarthy. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Film and Animation, Taran Kari. Emily Chambers. Alikam Copeland. Demi Lee Graham. Catherine Harper. Pierce Harper. Ayub Khan. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Digital Marketing, Abithor Masmouni. Annie Latham. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Film and Animation, Alisa McCarling. Prem Makarumi Midzi. Christina Moratelli. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Digital Marketing, Kalani Matsubiwa. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Film and Animation, Christopher Richardson. George Robinson. Caitlin Rush. Oscar Choi. John O'Guerra. Certificate in Higher Education and Film and Animation, Atia Reid. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Film and Screenwriting, Leslie Bensler. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Film, Business and Promotion, Dahubi Adulani. Sam Cornwall. George Monroe. Craig Turner. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Film and Animation, Terrell Bygrave. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Video Game Design and Production, Brandon Green. Jamie Morris. Lewis Reynolds. Elson Sabanda. Daniel Williamson. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Video Game Digital Art, William Catewell. Jesse Chan. Jack Degville. Emily Evans. Alex Gate. Michael Gladwell. Sandra Groseth. Jade Langton. Thomas Moore. Bailey Moss. Kamathi Magambi. Max Nuttall. Aisha Patel. Edward Swinburne. Samuel Voller. Jordan White. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Film and Animation, Edward Priddy. Bachelor of Science with Honours in Video Game Development, Joseph Allen. Lauren Bailey. Ajas Khan. Dane Oddy. Sarpreet Singh. James Smale. Benjamin Smith. Edward Thompson Brooks. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Design and Performance, Emma Baldwin. Megan Bartram. Rebecca Brayford. Saskia Keynes. Emily Downs. Erin May Evans. Sabjen Kadir. Rebecca Knight. Caitlin London. Simin Ma. Yusra Naim. Jordan Smith. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Commercial Photography, Jack Cole. Jodie Herbert. Amy Wheeler. Hannah Williams. This completes the first presentation award to graduates from the Birmingham Institute of Creative Arts.
This completes the first presentation of graduates from the Faculty of Arts, Design and Media. I now invite the Vice-Chancellor to introduce the recipient of the Honorary Award of Doctor of the University.
We are this morning delighted to be conferring the award of Doctor of the University upon Hervin Anderson, and I now call upon the Executive Dean to give the citation.
Pro-Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, colleagues, graduates. Today we confer the degree of Honorary Doctor of Birmingham City University, honoris causa, on Hervin Anderson. Ladies and gentlemen, imagine a black man sitting in a barbershop chair, slightly hunched in his striped protective gown. In the background, bright red shapes of furniture, empty frames hanging on the sky blue walls, the chair poised on a sky blue carpet. But the walls are barely walls at all, more like a flimsy stage set, and the carpet is more like the deep blue sea, and above there is no ceiling, but only the bright white sky itself. He is a man suspended between places. The picture is suspended between the abstract and the figurative. The artist is a man famed the world over for his ability to create dazzling images of what it means to be suspended, to be both here and there, to be both in the country where you were born and in the one your parents came from. The artist is, of course, our guest of honour today, the great Birmingham painter with roots in Jamaica, Hervin Anderson. Let's return for a moment to that barbershop. It's not a shop in the usual sense, but an instance of the cottage industry taken up by many of the Windrush generation in the late 1940s and 1950s. Its bold combination of red, white and blue proclaims a newfound British identity while dreaming of the sunlit open spaces of home. The regimented lines of the walls, prison-like, remind us of the harsh realities faced by migrants then and now. Geometry comes naturally to Hervin Anderson. It can be the thing that separates us from what we think we want, only to snatch away the illusion. His virtuosic country club, Chicken Wire, portrays a high-spec tennis court in a sumptuous country club surroundings. We're on the outside, looking through a meticulously painted mesh of chicken wire. But maybe it's the ones on the inside who dream of swapping places. On the forecourt, staring back at us, the faint image of a hen with the outskirts of the court drenched in crimson like blood. No words cannot do justice to Hervin Anderson's paintings. You have to go away and marvel for yourself at the brilliance of his colouring, at the way he dramatises the tension between observer and observed, between here and there. Numbers cannot do them justice either, but it would be a shame to miss the opportunity of telling you that in 2017, one of his barbershop paintings sold for £1,809,000. And on that same evening, Country Club Chicken Wire was auctioned at Christie's for £2,648,750. You might guess that Hervin Anderson's work has been exhibited all over the world, in New York, Chicago, San Francisco, in Tokyo and Ontario, at the Tate and many other key UK venues, including our very own Icon Gallery. As befits his own dual identity, he's been an artist in residence in California and Trinidad, as well as in the very English settings of Dulwich and Cheltenham. In 2017, he was nominated for the prize among prizes for artists, the Turner. In 2018, he was the first artist to receive a 1010 commission, part of a scheme to place new British art in embassies and diplomatic missions around the world. Last year, he received another single mark of recognition for any artist, a book devoted entirely to his work. By now, you may well be wondering how his extraordinary career began. Well, you could say it began here. Birmingham-born, Hervin Anderson enrolled as a student of what used to be called Birmingham Polytechnic, now Birmingham City University. From here, he went to Wimbledon College of Art, then to the Royal College of Art, where he gained an MA in painting in 1998. He was arguably a late starter, as artists go, but then there are no rules. You can only, as he has done so magnificently, figure out your own palette, work on your own canvas. When you do that, remember Hervin Anderson's canvases and the space they offer for the rest of us to enter imaginatively, compassionately into an experience so many people now tragically turn away from, the experience of the migrant, the person who lives between spaces and cultures and must settle somewhere. So, Pro-Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, colleagues, graduands, it gives me great pleasure to invite the Vice-Chancellor to confer the degree of Honorary Doctor of Birmingham City University, honoris causa, on Hervin Anderson.
As Vice-Chancellor, I exercise the authority of the University's Academic Board, and I confer the award of Doctor of the University honoris causa on Hervin Anderson, and I invite you, Pro-Chancellor, to present the commemorative medal. That completes the conferment of the award of Doctor of the University honoris causa, and I'm now delighted to get out of the way and to invite Hervin to address the congregation.
Good morning, everyone. Pro-Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, firstly, I would like to say, right, let me start again. Firstly, I would like to say a thanks to the university. Thank you to Birmingham City University for this huge and unexpected honor. When I started out as an artist, I at no point expected to be standing here today. So to say I'm shocked and surprised is an understatement. I want to congratulate you, the graduates of 2022. You have worked so hard to be here today, and you should be extremely proud of what you've done. Well done. This honor is all the greater as Birmingham means so much to me. Birmingham is my hometown, and the area of Handsworth, the heart for me and for my family. Handsworth has traditionally been the home of Caribbean families who have settled here in the 1950s and 60s, and is also the center of much of my work. Through the imagery in my painting of barbershops, Caribbean homes, and of local parks, I've always been interested in exploring the sense of place and our relationship to those spaces. Taking in ideas around immigration, cultural identity along the way. My family and my community's stories is also of Birmingham and the whole of the UK. And always felt it important to tell these stories. Of course, all these stories began at home as a boy, when I would draw with my brothers, who are gifted draftsmen in their, by the way, and became crystallized into something more formal in the time spent at Birmingham Polytechnic. as it was called in 1991. When I took my foundation course, when people ask me if I always wanted to be an artist, I say yes, sort of. I knew I wanted to be creative. When I was a young man, I thought that might mean graphic design or an illustrator. So my thinking was much broader. If my English was better at school, then I might have taken other opportunities in life. As it is, fine art has become my language, and I am grateful that I have found it, as it's my way to express myself and to build, and has built my career. In truth, when I look back at myself, I'm amazed I pursued this career. When I was young, there was not much representation of black artists. You cannot underestimate the power of seeing yourself reflected in a painting or in the media, and especially the impact when representation is negative. I did not see a me shape in my field, but thankfully, with perseverance and a combination of hard work and good luck, it has worked for me. I'm pleased to see that lessons are being learned slowly in this area, and I do think times are changing, but we have to keep doing our work. I'm not going to keep you long, but I do just have to pass on a couple of thoughts about the very exciting and perhaps daunting period of life you are all going to embark on. You have already shown so much resilience and adaptability in getting here. You are today, especially in the light of all that has, or in light of the last 2 years, has put us through. You are probably already gifted with more life skills as a result than I was when I completed my degree in 1994 and 98. Times felt tough then, as it is. Graduates in art, but I know you too have a lot to deal with, especially the financial burdens you carry. However, I truly believe that in the collaborating with your peers, in being open to new ideas, and and not being put off by the fear of failure, great new and exciting possibilities can present itself. Have a plan, yes, but not be too rigid. Enjoy some flexibility, of course. This is all takes patience, resilience, but I have every faith that if you keep evolving and adapting, things can work out even better than you would expect. With that, I say congratulations and good luck. Thank you.
I now invite Professor Lawrence Zegan to continue the presentation of award holders from the faculty.
I now invite Michael Villiers-Stewart to the lectern to continue the presentation of award holders from the Birmingham Institute of Creative Arts.
Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Graphic Communication, Shafika Al-Yani. Yasin Ali. Yasin Ali. Amira Anwar. Abigail Arthur. Beatriz Azevedo Martins Leet Baji. Salma Betui. Well done, you made it. Okay. Elise Husband. Afsa Hussain. Darby Hutchby. Bethany Ingleton. Samuel Ip. Jessica Jameson. Harris Jaweed. Niraj Kainth. Gurpreet Boghal. Ajay Bhopal. Amy Blackford. Samuel Breakwell. Chloe Brown. Tom Camsell. Rahul Kahun. Charlotte Cole. Nicholas Collingwood. Isabel Conn. Eloise Connolly. Kate Davis. Gadir Amir Youssef Eshwabi. Joseph Freskina. Charlie Friedman. Leila Ghazawi. Philippa Grantham Wright. Rebecca Guerra. Megan Hickman. Jessica Hughes. Nazanin Kamali. Samiran Kaur. Alia Khan. Gosia Khan. Olivia Kong. Natalie Kwok. Callum Lake. Nicola Lamin. Let's see you, Nicola. Yeah. Okay, Nicola Lamin. Ian Lau. You're Rebecca. Rebecca Leva. Lucy Lee. Isaac Lines. Manmohan Loyal. Jordan Ludlow. Abigail Maiden. Colette McCann. Kirsty McGill. Lola McGlynn. Morgan McHenry. Henry McNabb. Let's use it. Henry McNabb. Saeed Mia. Freya Morris. Michaela Moksam. Danielle Mertzum. Zakira Nawaz. Courtney Neal. Max Norman. Ifra Nashin. Hanlan Olowea. James Orlowski. Alicia Osler. Charles Payne. Sarah Palmer. Prusha Patel. Rebecca Pell. Sama Raja. Cameron Robertson. Libby Russell. Catherine Shelley, hello. Melisanda Shelley. Alia Siddiq. Emily. Emily Smith. Abba Smith Montero. Andreas Solomon. Emily Springle. Hey, Emily. Shamala Sultana. Grace Tomlinson. Meda Dashwiba. Syrian Tucker. Tanea Vince. Emily Wakeling. Emily Warner. Megan Watson. Josie White. Daniel Whitehouse. Shannon Woodbine. Millie Woodman. Ziwan Young. Ruth Yates. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Illustration, Bruce Allen. Brooke Argyle. Alicia Bailey. Julia Beddoes. Rebecca Bell. Kate Bird. All right, Harley. Harley Burns. Sophie Clark. Alexandra Cox. Cara Dale Flowers. Eleanor Davies. Anjani Dial. Mary Dayrit. Navina Dillon. Charlotte Ellen Jenkins. Natalie Aiken. Jordan Fallas. Nirian Gill. Well done, Nirian. Emily Hardacre. India Hitchin. Eleanor Hudson. Sophie Jarrett. Emily Jeffrey. Hannah Jessie. Jessica Jones. Tegan Lauren Kelly. Melina Coe. Alicia Lawrence. Emma Lawrence. Eleanor Lewington. Thomas Matthews. Charlotte May. Jonathan McGarry. Amber Mills. Eleanor Morgan. Emma Murray. Knotha Nabil. Jack O'Donoghue. Amy Orris. Hayden Patel. Josie Payne. Freya Perkins. Zoa Kassan. Abigail Riley. Esme Stillaway. Georgia Taylor. Georgia Taylor. Emily Thomas. Monica Teen. Chloe Tinsley. Hornthip Wilkes. Zane Wilmot. Daisy Wood. Georgia Wright. Bachelor of Arts in Illustration, Claudia Lee. Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Photography, Charlotte Adams. Sherelle Adere Clement. Duke Abeko. Shanina Anglin Archer. George Archer. Jenna Arnott. Kate Austin, Sky Blewett, Paulina Blumberg, Sophie Brooks, Janine Brown, Vincent Bufton, Natalie Burrows, Ashley Christie, Alice Cook, Tiana Davis, Ethan Davis, Kerry Delaney, Daniel Dodd, Hannah Dooley, Charlie Fellows, Henry Fitzjohn, Dervla Flinton, Henry Gilbourne, Rhys Grail, Benjamin Hay, George Harris, Francesca Heath, Danielle Ingalls, Emily Jacob, Isabel Johnson, Yasmin Jones, Heather Kidd, Megan Macaulay, Sarah Mahi, Kezia Majets, Victoria Morazati, Leanne Mayo, Ethan Milner, Alexandra Navret. Okay, no worries. Timineye Okayo. Okay, thank you, Timineye. Glyn Parry. Ariane Rees. Samantha Rickus. Charlotte Robinson. Megan Rule. Amber Jane Smith. Amna Sahal. Jonathan Sutton. Jack Thompson. Jade Thomas Morgan. Jack Vickers. Girisman Vim. Jessica Vousden. Hannah Whitehouse. Samantha Wolstenholme. Bachelor of Arts in Visual Communications, Graphic Communication, Weilin Zhu. This completes the first presentation of awards to graduates. I think it's actually the second, from Birmingham Institute of Creative Arts. Thank you all very much. Well done.
From the Faculty of Arts, Design and Media. I now invite Josephine Hensworth, who's graduated from our Bachelor of Arts with Honours Fine Art this morning, to address the congregation.
What a mess. Found it. This is scary, but you all look great. Good morning and welcome from me as well to friends, family, staff and fellow graduates of 2022. It's a great honour to be asked to speak to you today. A special day for me, just as I'm sure it is for many of you here today at the culmination of our studies. I would like to begin by thanking our Pro-Chancellor and other academic colleagues. Forgot to say, for giving up their time today to join us as we celebrate academic achievements. I'm not going to bother you any longer by talking about the pandemic and all the challenges that we've overcome as we have entered the new normal. But really, there is no normal. There's only resilience and change. We are the generation of self-learners, self-start us, and self-motivate us. And we do not tolerate discrimination and injustice. BCU has helped me with this and becoming the person that I am today. During my time at BCU, I've made a full 180, turning from a shy girl from Germany into a person who is confident, proud, and smart. I want you to think about where you were just a year ago. Haven't so many things changed since then? Maybe the things you were worried about have changed, or your friendship group, or even the songs that went viral on TikTok. Last year around this time, I looked this up, a song about Jeff Bezos went mega viral with the lyrics, "Look at where you came from, look at you now." So let's look at where we might find ourselves in 1 year or 10 years, and how little all of the anxieties from today will seem. But let's not be like Jeff Bezos. Anyway, we are the GOAT. Mums and dads, you might have to look that one up. As we set out on the next stage of our lives, we are all still individuals with our own distinct ambitions. But we are also united as the graduates of 2022, a permanent part of our university's history. Congratulations to you all. I now invite the Pro-Chancellor to close the ceremony.
Come on, I think you can do a bit better than that. Could I just, at this point in proceedings, just give a special shout out from our own musicians to the Royal Birmingham Conservatoire, who've kept you so well entertained prior to the ceremony. Well, my personal congratulations to all those of you receiving awards today. I offer you my very best wishes for the future, whatever that may bring. And I know very well by now, at my tender years, that it's a mistake to stand in the way for one moment longer than I need to of celebrations that no doubt beckon with families and friends. So it's now my duty to declare the congregation closed, and we'd be extremely grateful if you would please stand and remain in your places while the stage procession leaves the hall. Thank you for your attendance.